am Dr. Wendy Schofer. This is Ask Dr. Wendy, and I'm going to keep on. Let me see, I'm just getting some room management going on here. Okay, so yeah, this is Ask Dr. Wendy, and I am really excited because um, you've shown up here with me today. You've taken time out of your busy day to say, you know what, this is important. I really want to be able to take some time to have questions answered about eating habits, about weight, about mental health. I mean, it's all interrelated. Um, but honestly, I know that while I could be really compelling on social media, nobody dragged you here. I mean, you came here and you said this is important to me. So I thank you. That is really important to recognize. For introductions, again, I'm Dr. Wendy Schofer. I am a pediatrician. I've now been in practice for 21 years, and I am all about getting out of the traditional medical office and really being able to connect with parents about what it is that you're experiencing in your home. I found a lot of the things that I was addressing in the office was, creating more issues, doing prescriptions for, how much to move, how much to eat, how much to sleep, all the things, all really well-intended, evidence-based. And it was falling flat. Families were telling me that they were having more fights, that parents were struggling with making the changes for themselves, let alone trying to invite, the most generous way of saying it, invite their kids to join them in the changes as well. And so this conversation here today is really born from what I was learning was not working in the office and in the traditional medical visits around weight and eating habits and prescribing change. Um, my lawyer does want me to remind you that while I'm a doctor, this is not medical advice. Please keep your doctor and tell them about Family in Focus. I'm actually creating a lot of collaborations with physicians' offices in order to be able to expand and extend what it is that physicians do in the office. And what it is that we need some more help to really be able to address the concerns that families have right now. So I really want to be able to continue to connect with more families to be able to get the type of support that really works. Again, so this is not medical practice, what we're doing today. You're going to see how it's very different from the conversations you've likely had in the medical office. Here, we're about education, about advocacy, and really helping you create the relationships that you want your family to share for life. So, relationships with food, with body, the relationship with yourself, and the relationships that you share with family members. I really frame this in the light of being a practice of eating disorder prevention. And really, what I mean by that is that we are focusing on addressing and shifting the habits that we're seeing at home, and how can we create those shifts without harm. Because we've seen a lot of the ways that, the shame, the restriction, all of the pressure, that creates a lot of backfiring and a lot of issues. And so we're really shifting that approach here today. And I'm going to walk you right through it. So, a couple of things about what we're going to be doing today. This is a collective space, it is a live relationship space. You can participate however you feel appropriate, camera on or off. Listening is also participation. I am going to be, touching on some of the things that I do throughout my Family in Focus programming here today. And then after that, I'm going to open up to whoever wants to raise their hand and to come on and discuss with me. I do ask that if you are coming on live, that first of all, no driving in the car. Okay, I am not contributing to this. No, safety first. You can decide if you want to be on camera or not. I do ask that if you are going to be directly coached, that we at least have an audio connection. It does not work so well just in the chat box. And so we can figure this out along the way. Like I said, listening is participation, and I'm going to ask each and every one of you to listen and to see what is it that you are hearing in the experience that another parent is sharing. One of the biggest things, biggest changes, if you will, that I've had with transitioning from one-on-one in the medical office to being able to create the group sessions and doing this virtually, and folks from clearly all around the country that are here right now, there's so much of this feeling of isolation and the stress and just like the heaviness of it all. And it honestly just feels like you're so alone. And so I want to be able to share right now that there are 8 parents here with you in the room right now. Okay. You are not alone. You are going to hear things that you're like, oh my gosh, are they in the kitchen with me? Are they in my house? Where are they? It's not about being creepy. It's about recognizing that we're having a lot of very shared experiences right now, and we need to address that head on by saying you are not alone. And so that's why we're doing this in a group session today. So, just to zoom out for a moment, I got a whole bunch of different responses from folks about how um, okay, I adore. All right. Sorry, I just saw a little private message coming in here. So, you know what? There's the me on one side, there's the husband me on another side. It's all good. You be here. Whatever works. So thank you for the giggles. I got a whole bunch of different responses for why folks are coming to join us today with this conversation. And more often than not, we think that we have a very specific problem. So whether it's about battles over sugar, sneaking food, they won't eat what I cook. Started to hear my child talking about, they're concerned about their body. They feel fat. Um, we think that these are all different problems. And so in the traditional model, we kind of like focus on, food as a nutrition issue, looking at screens as being like discipline and needing all this type of structure. Oh my goodness, motivation. Who do we talk to about that? What we're going to be doing today is really looking at how it's all related and the relationships that we have with ourselves, how we have a relationship with our food and our body today. I'm going to be inviting you to look at the 3 steps that we use throughout Family in Focus. Number 1 is the pause. I already thanked you for showing up here today. You're already practicing this with me. You hit a pause button on whatever it is that you had planned on a fine Sunday afternoon, and you said, I'm going to come. I'm going to come connect with Dr. Wendy. So pausing is taking a moment to just disrupt whatever is going on in the background, all the usual stuff, kind of like the autopilot. When you hit pause, you have a moment to calm your nervous system, a moment to take a breath, which, by the way, does all sorts of physiologic magic to be able to address stress. And that is at the heart of what I do. Okay, you will see me use a lot of humor. It's not to poke fun at things, it is in order to be able to bring in for stress relief, stress management, because Lord knows we need it, and our kids are stressed too. When we create that pause, create that space, we can then move into the second part, which is where we get to start looking at patterns. You're going to hear me asking a ton of questions today, not just about patterns of food or of portions, but about environment, about what else, about emotions around stress. And so when we take that moment for the pause, we can start getting curious about what are all these patterns that are going on, because it's so much bigger than just focusing on the food, so much bigger than that. And then we get to shift once we get a really good understanding about more of the patterns that are going on, then we can connect to shift the patterns in to the habits, the patterns that we want to have. So basically, the relationships that we want. And the number one way to do that is to create connection. We're going to be on the same team together. It's also, as you hear about folks talking about allyship with your child, like how can you be on the same team together? That's how you move forward together. So that is, oh my gosh, that's family in focus in a nutshell, right? So I want to make sure that we're just kind of putting it out there, because you're going to see that I'm going to be using these tools. They are very, very simple. They're so simple, you're like, that's it? Yes. And I'm going to be highlighting that along the way today during our conversations so that you can see where we are, you can follow along, and you can start doing this at home in your own home right away. Okay. Um, Lastly, if you want to dive in more, this is not a sales call. Okay. This is really about being able to start addressing those concerns that you have in your home. If you are interested in learning more, well, let me put out one right now. You're going to have my consult link. You can always book with me and see what else is going on behind the scenes with Family in Focus. I will also put it out there, since I saw a lot of people are connecting with me through Insta and Facebook. I have a new workshop series that's going to be coming up at the end of the month, where we're going to be, over the course of a week, having 3 different sessions where we are doing a deep dive and applying these tools in your house. You basically, you get to learn about a certain part today, we'll focus on particular tools. You go home and you apply it, and then you come back, and then you actually say, this is what worked. This was magical, or this is what I'm facing now. And what are those obstacles? And we address it in real time. So you're going to be learning some more about that over the next couple of weeks, but also keep an eye out on your favorite social media channel. Oh my goodness. I think that is pretty much it. So let me just see if there's anything else that I had. Oh my goodness. Yeah, here we go. So let's dive into some patterns. We're doing patterns in real time today. So I'm going to ask if you can just raise your hand if you are interested in being coached live, and we'll kind of work through this together. I do ask everybody stay on mute until you get, until you get called. If you are